Nobody should judge a book by its cover, but we do it all the time. It's not rare for things to be more than they seem on the surface. When it comes to their homes, some people go big, while others go incredibly small. Often the most beautiful things are hidden in plain sight behind little, unassuming front doors. We've collected some of the most impressive, outlandish, and downright opulent homes, as well as some that might take you by surprise. Home might be where the heart is, but I can't imagine these people would settle for just any roof over their head. Freedom Cove, British Columbia. The cost of a little plot of land to build your dream home is increasing by the day, as real estate prices surge across the world. It was so absurd to a couple in British Columbia that they came up with their inventive solution to land tax and being on the grid. Buildings consisted of 12 floating styrofoam platforms in Cypress Bay include greenhouses, colorful living areas, and even a dance floor. 14 solar panels provide the pair with electricity, and a nearby waterfall offers fresh fish and water. Have you ever wanted to live a genuinely off-the-grid experience? Luckily, the couple can retain many of their creature comforts from grid living, with solar panels providing the electricity they need. Only accessible by boat or kayak from the mainland, this is genuinely an off-grid adventure. The town of Freedom Cove attracts tourists, artists, and other hedonistic nature lovers looking to get away from the city and buy Wayne's handmade candles.
West Coast because it rains very hard, and so that eliminated having to bail boat.
Invisible House, Joshua Tree National Park. Near Joshua Tree National Park in California, you'll find Chris Handley's unique styled home, perfect for avoiding both nosy neighbors and unexpected house guests. Or maybe I should say, you won't find it, because that's the whole thing. This home can go completely undetected. Now from the outside, it might blend in perfectly with its surroundings. On the inside, it's much more. The 550 square foot residence features floor-to-ceiling windows running through the length of the entire entertainment area and giving an unimpeded view of the national park. Suppose you want to take a private dip in the pool. In that case, the property also has a 100-foot indoor swimming pool with intelligent lights that sync to the ambient lighting indoors. The ends lead to a white wall that serves as a projection screen for movies and a catered kitchen vent on the other. The remaining sections, including all 4 bedrooms and bathrooms, are divided by white barriers rather than doors and provide stunning views of the desert. Glass bed frames and an uncovered glass shower are among the furnishings that continue the house's minimalist style. Now, renting the space can put you back a couple of $1,000s, $1,000 per hour, or $5,000 a day for small parties. Do you think it's worth it? Missile Silo, Kansas. Would you rather try to survive the end of the world or live through it in luxury? The Millionaire Doomsday Prep Paradise is a refurbished Atlas missile silo hidden 200 feet below ground in rural Kansas. It was designed to withstand nuclear weapons 100 times more potent than the one unleashed on Nagasaki. Apartments in the 15-story underground bunker can now be purchased between $1.5 and $4.5 million each by wealthy benefactors. A barbed wire fence, several security cameras, and 1 guard standing outside 2 8-ton steel doors in the hillside are all that's visible from the outside. Inside, 15 stories of luxuries await you behind those doors, including medical facilities and hydroponic farms, a grocery, schools, movie theaters, a bar, and even a gym with a sauna and steam room. The end of the world now doesn't sound so bad. If you had unlimited resources and were told the sky's the limit, what kind of home would you stay in? Would you go big or stay under the radar? This question might be simple, but everyone has their idea of a dream home. Let us know down below. Would you want a simple life off the grid or a complex mansion that will draw attention?
We gotta grow our own food to survive, what's coming.
Cave House, Utah. Grant Johnson has taken the idea of creating the perfect man cave to the next level. He saved enough money as a miner to purchase 40 acres of undeveloped land near Boulder, Utah. He lived in a trailer on the property for the next 25 years without running water or electricity, entirely off the grid, as he built his cave house by blasting holes in the side of a mountain with dynamite. The result? A 5,000-foot man cave is complete with all the creature comforts you could ever need. Grant pumps water to his property through a nearby pond and generates electricity with a turbine. This self-sufficient hermit grows his food and raises livestock in the field. He's a music nerd, and he's even built a jam room in his man cave for him and his friends to jam out in. Tree Hotel, Sweden. Is it a treehouse or an otherworldly floating mirror? The Tree Hotel in northern Sweden is a massive architectural feat that appears as it belongs in a science fiction film. A 13 by 13 foot mirror glass cube hung above the forest floor and was only accessible by a rope bridge. The home's exterior is covered in a reflected infrared film to blend in with its environment while remaining invisible to birds and other forest species. What appears to have floor-to-ceiling windows from the outside is a deceptively large living space with plywood walls and innovative architecture. With a queen bed, a modest bathroom, and a living area, the Tree Hotel can easily accommodate 2 people. You can't get any more dreamy than a hideaway in a treehouse, can you?
Visitors use a 40-foot bridge to get up to this room.
Missile Silo, Kansas. The Cold War had high stakes and even higher tension. We were a worried bunch in the 1980s, but obviously we already knew that. Wealthy Americans went ahead and built personal bomb shelters in the wake of a threat of nuclear war with the Soviet Union. When that didn't happen, though, many were discarded and forgotten after the war. One of these disused shelters was buried in the Ozarks in Arkansas for years, until it was resurrected and transformed into Beckman Creek Cave, a secret underground refuge. There are towering cathedral ceilings, geothermal heating, and an interior waterfall in the renovated shelter. In the interior, which measures 5,572 square feet, you'll find the latest in modern appliances as well as marble countertops. For reference, you can sleep up to 16 guests here for a not-so-modest price tag of $1,600 a night. But that's just $100 a head. Hey, this is sounding almost reasonable. The Monticello, Utah. If you've ever wanted to feel like a supervillain with your lair on the side of a volcano, this place might be right up your alley. It doesn't scream criminal hideout from the outside, but then again, should a supervillain lair be evident from the outside? It's when you get inside that it gets an opportunity to shine. The house is carved unobtrusively into a cliff face in southeastern Utah, overlooking the picturesque Montezuma Canyon. This 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom hideout with over 2,100 square feet of living space takes advantage of a tunnel system to collect rainwater in and circulate fresh air throughout the house. We aren't saying the secret lair might also have sharks with lasers pit that would make Dr. Evil proud, but we also aren't saying it doesn't. You're in luck though. As of 2020, this cliffside lair was up for sale for under $1 million, which brings it down much lower than anyone might expect. Any takers?
Now is get your best bid ready, and come auction day, this turnkey property.
Coober Pedy, Australia. Some places are inhospitable, dangerous, unfriendly, and downright unlivable, but none quite as much as Australia. Out on the Australian outback, temperatures can rise to 118 degrees Fahrenheit on the ground in the sweltering heat of the desert. Heat like that can only be tolerated by the craziest of individuals. But as it turns out, when the prospect of finding opals worth millions of dollars presents itself, people are eager to make it work. As the opal capital of the world, many of Australia's miners have decided to live underground. This is both to avoid the heat and be closer to the office, which is a plus. There are underground bars, restaurants, shops, and even a church carved into the rock 55 feet below the surface. A comfortable 73 degrees maintained all year round, and there are conveniences, electricity, running water, and Wi-Fi. If only they could solve the issue of natural sunlight, it would be perfect. Maybe a couple of tanning beds and grow lights? World's Slimmest Home, Poland. In Warsaw, architect Jacob Szczesny has created what he claims to be the world's most narrow home. The small space is just 2 floors high, containing a mini kitchen, bathroom, living area, and bedroom, measuring between 36 and 48 inches. It was built in 2012 as part of an art installation and has been open to the public since 2012. No one lives there permanently, instead of as short-term house guests who occupy the microhome as artists and others looking for a place to stay. It's hard to spot from the outside, tucked into a small space between two much larger buildings. It has a unique triangle design, occupying the room with a tiny footprint on the surrounding area. The stairs that bring you in double the floor on the bottom level can be collapsed to satisfy your needs. We've heard about tiny living, but do you think this makes it a bit far? Would you stay a night in this tiny little alleyway bedroom?
What a view. The sidewalls have a condensed nanofoam core.
Plane Pad, Oregon. Don't worry, you haven't stumbled upon a terrible plane crash, simply one eccentric retired engineer's home. Bruce Campbell bucks against the norm. Most people try to avoid being on a plane as much as possible, like people who get up to get off as soon as it lands. His converted 727 fuselage has been converted into a private plane pad. They had to remove the wings while transporting the plane, and the aircraft now sits on concrete pillars in the woods in Portland, Oregon. After climbing the retractable air stairs, you'll find over 1,060 square feet of living space, including a washing machine, sink, and makeshift shower. This isn't even to mention the specialty-fitted cyber office created in the cockpit. Most of the passenger seating was removed, but he managed to preserve most other parts. I would go as far as saying he's created the perfect plane experience, all the legroom in the world.
Next time you're in a jetliner, close your eyes for a moment. In your mind, remove all the seats and all.
Now, if you like these videos and want to see more, then make sure you leave us a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on post notifications to be the first to watch all our new and exciting videos. I will be replying to every comment on this video as well, so good luck.